Ladies and gentlemen, Lab After Dark is starting shortly.
You're gonna have the haters, right? You're gonna have haters are gonna hate.
Lab After Dark is starting soon. Lab After Dark is starting soon.
Right.
Well, you opened that Pandora's door.
I was actually just sitting down to pee, but whatever, you know.
What's the point in causing any ruckus together?
What's up?
Lab After Dark starts now.
What's happening? Welcome to Lab After Dark. Dun, dun, dun.
Haters are gonna hate.
Fact. Maybe, probably. Honestly, I just love that. Saying there's no truer statement in the world. Haters hate, lovers love. I don't want none of the above. Airport possum, a real possum, was found hiding on shelves among stuffed toy animals in an Australian airport gift shop, causing a stir when its eyes started moving. Imagine that. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I mean, it's like a bunch of stuffed animals, and then there's like a possum up there. Whew. And then its eyes start moving. Possums are gross too, man. They got like sharp, rigid teeth. This one's interesting. Vaping squirrel. Wildlife experts warn of the dangers of discarded nicotine products after a squirrel was caught on camera vaping in a London park. I don't know what's going on overseas. That's crazy. Like a squirrel hitting a vape. Nicotine's addictive. This one I didn't understand. Peyton sent me these, and he thought that. But this one I don't understand. I'm going to need some clarity on this. It says a Chinese woman has gone viral for creating detailed sculptures, including a replica of the Great Wall of China using her own teeth. I don't know how is that? How is that possible? Her own teeth. I don't get that. Her own teeth? The Great Wall of China and her own teeth, huh? Well, hold on. Let me see if I can locate an article here. I don't think I can. Wow. Her own teeth. Well, I don't know, man. That's a lot. That would take a ton of teeth. I know that. That's why I have no idea. I wish I did. I wish I knew, but I have no idea. Anyway, welcome to Lab After Dark. I'm your host, Joshua Diaz. I never get tired of saying that. I actually do, but I mean, what else am I going to say when I show up here? By the way, thank you, everybody. For yesterday's show that was there and watched and participated. It was a great show. It was huge. I'm not really built for 4,000 people, for 4,000 live viewers personally. But it is always nice, when we have packed houses like that. It was a lot. I used to smoke 3 packs a day. That was about 30 plus years ago. Holy crap. The first half hour of yesterday's show was hilarious. Well, some people thought so, and some people were really pissed off, and some people agreed, and some people disagreed. And I don't stifle anybody from talking about what they feel. People can agree, people can disagree. I've never, I never have a problem when people talk about things all the time that I don't agree with, and that doesn't mean that I can't listen. She sculpts with her teeth. Her teeth are her tools. Okay, but that didn't make hold on. That didn't make any sense, to be honest with you. This woman sculpts with her teeth. No, he didn't get my ass with anything. Oof. It's a real thing. Via the South China Morning Post, Chinese woman uses teeth to carve intricate sculptures, including Great Wall. Oh my God. Hold on. Okay, well, that's the wrong one. Hold on here. Display. Let's move it to here. Bingo, bango. A Chinese woman has amazed over 1 million followers after she posted her amazing sculptures crafted with nothing but her teeth. Chen Qin, 25, from central China's Hubei province, attracted attention online after posting videos of her carrot sculptures. The sculptures, from simple small animals and cartoon figures to complicated large replicas of the Great Wall of China, the Yellow Crane Tower, and wearable like phoenix crowns and the silver hats worn by Miao people, are all made with Chin's teeth. Jesus. I am never. It's like she made that with her teeth, dude. Oh. I don't know. That is so weird. I don't know what. You would think even with not eating all of those carrots, you think that you would end up with some sort of deficiency. Like I don't know. And then her teeth must just be like nubbed down. Can you imagine? Like she's probably got like nubbed teeth by now. Okay, I don't want to see. She has 1.2 million followers on social media platform and said her next ambition would be nibbling out along the river during the Qingming Festival. The Qingming Festival. A classic scroll painting showing people's daily life in Northern Song Dynasty. She must have been a rabbit in her previous life, said one online observer. No, she wouldn't be a rabbit. Rabbits eat carrots. They don't, nobody does this. She's the only person in the world that does this. Well, probably not now, but she's the first one to do it. I'm sure of it. Because no sane person And I have to say this with all due respect. I guess there's a talent in this. Hate on me if you want, because I don't care.
Haters are going to hate.
But no sane human does this. No, not one. Can you imagine like somebody going, hey, do you want to go to the movies? No, I got to go gnaw on some carrots to make a replica of the Great Wall of China with my teeth. And the fact that she's good at it makes it even worse. If she was crappy at it, I'd be like, yeah, she doesn't know what she's doing. She's just fiddling. She's just playing around, you know. But no. No, she's good at it too. I've never seen such like that. That to me, I'm not trying to be mean, but that screams mental illness. And I would know because I have it. But I gnaw on carrots to make headdresses mental illness. That's not the kind of mental illness that I have. Thank God. I have never seen anything like this. I bet she's single and young. Josh, people are out here marrying amusement rides. Come on. Yeah, but that almost seems normal. Somebody marrying at least like there's some sort of like you can love something so much that you want to marry it, even if it is just like an object. But no, she's making art out of carrots by gnawing them with her teeth. She's not even like whittling stuff. Like if she was whittling, I might be like, oh, well, she whittles carrots. No, she doesn't whittle carrots. She gnaws on them. There's something wrong in the world because it's either that maybe I'm just getting old and like shit like this freaks me out, or this is a whole new world and I'm having to embrace like I need to just embrace that people are gonna do stuff like this and there's nothing that I can do about it. I think it's more me getting older and going, well, it's like she should just get like a 3D printer. I don't know. I just don't even know. But she's good at it too. That's what's crazy. That's the icing on the carrot. She's good at it. So I guess you got to go with the talents that God gives you, really. I wonder if she's good at anything else. And I wonder how she figured this out. I don't know. You know what? Peace, love, Jeeps. I was thinking the same thing. I bet her eyesight is incredible. But I heard that, like, if you overeat, like, I have so many questions. Does she have a social media page? She's got to have a TikTok, right? Girl chewing on carrot. Okay, well, that is not what I was looking for. Discard. Carrot art. With teeth. Oh my God.
这种片我一般会用菜刀切成这种薄薄的厚片，然后上面其他的造型都是自己啃的。小花的形状，还有一些其他的一些细节纹路造型都是可以啃的。其他的就是像这种片，我一般会用菜刀切成这种薄薄的厚片，然后上面其他的造型都是自己啃的。小花的形状还有。
Oh my God. I don't know. I kind of regret this. I don't know. I don't even know what to think about it. What a terrible the Grand Canyon. Yeah, the Grand Canyon. It's so weird. It really is weird. I could think you would need because a lot of them are one piece. Like the doll that she did here. Like if you look, hold on, check this out. See the doll right here? You would need a massive carrot to do this. Like a massive carrot. Like the biggest carrot ever. How big could carrots really get? They're not that big. World's biggest carrots. Holy shit, there is big ones. That's disgusting. That's a big, there's some big carrots, you're right. There's some big carrots out there. I don't know. I just have a lot of questions and not a lot of, there's just not going to be a lot of answers. Hopefully she uses the toothpicks on her teeth. It's good. Those are massive carrots, man. I never seen carrots that big. I only get the little baby ones, like the little baby carrots. I love baby carrots, little baby carrots, little baby Rizless chuds, little chodes, little baby carrots. Love those. Don't like these. I don't like these at all. There's something about these carrots that bother me. I can't put my finger on it, but big ass carrot, dude. So thank you, Peyton, for sending that over. It's just unbelievable. Horse manure. I like baby carrots. No, I'm going to stick with baby carrots. I don't have a problem with baby carrots. I have a problem with those massive ass carrots, though. And I've also, has anybody seen like the new jumbo blueberries? Those ones make me nervous too. Jumbo blueberries make me nervous. Because I feel like they're like steroids. Like they're on steroids or something. Yeah, they're like big ass. They're like that big. The jumbo. They're massive. And I don't know why. Give me a second here. Dude, did you see that they held a press conference for Tiger Woods? This guy, I talked a little bit about it on the lab last night, but Tiger Woods is like an official junkie now. There is something seriously wrong with him. He crashes more cars drunk or high or whatever. It is such a problem. The first time he did it, he was like twice the speed limit. And now this is the shit that pisses me off too, is now we have, and this is, I don't want to get political about it, but I'm telling you that now I'm seeing that Donald Trump's telling that the governor needs to fully pardon Tiger Woods. Why? Because he's good at golf, or he was good at golf? Like, what the hell is that about? I hate that shit. Let him take his medicine like everybody else. It is such bullshit. Pardon him? He's asking Ron DeSantis to pardon him so he can get back to golfing. Who's stopping him from golfing? He can still golf. Who is stopping him from golfing? Yes. And I guarantee you that Ron DeSantis is going to pardon him, or give him clemency or whatever. You haven't seen anything like what circulating? What haven't you seen circulating? The thing about Trump and, well, he is. I didn't make it up, and I wouldn't just say it. It's because they're buddies. And that's what's going to happen. I mean, it's going to happen. But it's not even like a political thing. It's just dumb. I hope he does. I hope it doesn't happen. Tiger Woods needs to be in trouble. It's because Tiger is dating Vanessa Trump still. Is he really? Wow. Yeah, because like as soon as it happened, he said, "Oh, he's got some difficulty. I feel so badly for him. There was an accident. That's all I know. Very close friend of mine. He's an amazing person, amazing man, but some difficulty." When asked if Woods was hurt, Trump said, "I don't want to talk about it." Wow. Yeah, and for some reason here, let me show you this. They held a press conference for him. A press conference. A friggin' press conference. Let's see. For a DUI crash. I've never heard of such a thing. Look at this.
A pickup truck pulling a pressure cleaner trailer and a Land Rover which was rolled over on the driver's door, and we're going to provide you photos of that. The investigation started, and initially right off the top it did appear that the driver of the Land Rover might be impaired, and at that point the Chief Ewing of Jupiter Island Police Department called me from the Martin County Sheriff's Office and asked for our assistance. It wasn't that the Jupiter Island Police Department isn't fully capable of doing these types of investigations, but quite frankly the Sheriff's Office has a lot more repetitions in these traffic crashes and these types of investigations.
Yeah, well, when
our investigation revealed as follows.
I think when I don't think it was alcohol related. I think it was because he's had problems with like Ambien and painkillers and things like that, and so I don't think he was drinking alcohol this time. I don't believe. I don't even know if he does drink alcohol, but I know he likes to drive. He likes to drive impaired.
Shortly again before 2.
As soon as I heard that he was in a rollover accident, for some reason, I was like, dude, he's driving drunk again, or not drunk. He's under the influence of something. Tiger said it was prescription. Yeah, and it could have been prescription, but at the same time, there are certain prescriptions that you can take that you're not supposed to drive with.
The pressure cleaner truck pulling a trailer, a small trailer, was northbound on South Beach Road.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that phone call that he made when he was dating, like, I don't know, 30 women at one time? And it's so funny because he like makes this phone call to this lady, like leaves her a voicemail. It was such a dummy. He goes, "Hey, it's Tiger." I was like, he calls himself Tiger. Hey, it's Tiger.
And was pulling kind of to turn into a driveway. It was slowing down, starting to turn into a driveway. And the driver of that vehicle looked in his mirror and saw a Land Rover, a dark-colored Land Rover,
Hey, it's Tiger. Rawr.
overtaken him at high speeds, and I don't know those speeds. The Land Rover.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Tiger Woods. I mean, I don't even like golf. That's how good at golf he was. He sucks now because he's old.
Kept overtaking him. He saw.
Hey, it's Tiger. How you doing?
It coming, so he tried to edge off to the side of the road, but this is a small 2-lane road, and there was no shoulder for this pressure cleaner gentleman to get off the side of the road. As he was trying to move to the side of the road, the Land Rover overtook him at the last minute, swerved to avoid a collision, but clipped the back end of the trailer of the pressure cleaner apparatus.
He's not, but the thing is, he's not going to be. It's not that, like, I'm sure that it's a felony, and I don't know, like, he'll pay like some fines or whatever. It's not something that he needs a pardon for. I don't understand. Or clemency or whatever. It's a state thing, and you know, I doubt that it'll happen.
Listed to the side and then rolled on the driver's door north past the truck that had just avoided the crash with. The individual driving that Land Rover was able to crawl out the passenger door of the car and was identified to be Mr. Tiger Woods. Our DUI investigators came to the scene here, and Mr. Woods did exemplify signs of impairment. They did several tests on him. Of course, he did explain the injuries and the surgeries that he had. We did take that into account, but they did do some in-depth roadside tests.
C-Star says, my theory is, hold on. I can tell you exactly why, though. Well, my personal opinion, but he messed up his back a long time ago from his huge golf swing, and he's had, I don't know, an inordinate amount of back surgeries because he's had a lot of back pain for years. I don't even know how many surgeries he's had. And obviously when that happens, you're prescribed painkillers, and he was also having trouble sleeping because of the pain. And I fully believe that. I mean, I get it. But he is a full-blown addict.
And when it was determined, he was placed under arrest and taken to the Martin County Jail. At the Martin County Jail, and even on scene, we really weren't suspicious of alcohol being involved in this case, and that proved to be true at the jail. So Mr. Wood.
It's one of the most common ways. Back pain is something, thank God, that I've never really had to deal with. I'm so fortunate and blessed. But I've seen, and I know some of you have dealt with back pain, and some of you know people who have dealt with back pain, and some of the strongest people in the world, some of the toughest people in the world just can't deal with it. There's so many nerves and so many things that can feel bad. I've had a stiff back before. I've had tight back. God willing, I won't have those issues. I've seen people have them, and it's a terrible, terrible thing.
Woods did a breathalyzer test, blew triple zeros, but when it came time for us to ask for a urinalysis test, he refused, and so he's been charged with DUI, with property damage, and refusal to submit to a lawful test. In the crash, no one was injured. Mr. Woods did not seem to be injured at all, and the other gentlemen were not injured. But this happened a few hours ago, so I've given you the information that I have right here, right now. So with that, let me kick it to you for questions. I'll answer what I can answer.
Kick it!
Same direction. Tiger was coming up behind the guy in the pickup with the pressure cleaner.
So the question is, were they both going the same direction? Yes. Both of them were in the 280 block of South Beach Road, driving northbound. The truck pulling a trailer was trying to slow down and pull over and Mr. Woods was overtaking him at a high rate of speed before he clipped it back in and rolled his vehicle over on the driver's door.
How many times did he roll over?
So the question is, how many times did he roll over? The answer is he didn't roll completely over. The truck rolled to the driver's door and then just slid northbound up the road. And again, we'll provide you some photos of that.
I know you said you don't know the exact speed, but you said high rate of speed twice now. Is there a way just to give us a general idea of how fast? You mentioned before, it's a two-lane road. You can't drive very fast on that road.
So the question is, can I give you a general idea of how fast? And the answer is I can't, but I can tell you this, it's a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. And when I show you the photos, they kind of speak for themselves. You can see where he clipped the back of the trailer, you can see where he rolled, and then as he decelerates, sliding down on the driver's door of the vehicle, you can see that he slid for a pretty decent a space before he came to a stop. Yes, sir.
God, he got lucky, man.
Was he cooperative as far as what his schedule was today? What was he doing? Was he Did he speak to you guys what his activities were today?
So the question was he cooperative with us? The answer was he is cooperative, but he was not trying to incriminate himself. So he was careful in what he said and didn't say. And when it came time again for the test, the urine test at the jail, he stopped that. Let me go back to one thing. There is a Florida state statute that requires us to keep people incarcerated for at least 8 hours post a DUI arrest. So he's in our jail. He will be there for at least 8 hours from 3 o'clock for at least 8 hours, and then he'll be released on bond if he posts bond.
Thank you.
Injuries to the driver who was pulling that pressure washer.
So the question is injuries to the driver pulling the pressure washer. The answer is no injuries to him. He was fine, thankfully.
You said that breathalyzer came out with zeros. It was the urine test. Correct?
The question is breathalyzer was 0 and it's a urine test. The answer is yes. So on scene, we had DRE experts evaluating him, and they believed from on scene that he was not impaired on alcohol. They believed it was some type of medication or drug. And again, at the jail, he cooperated with the he cooperated with the breathalyzer, and then the urine he wanted no part of.
Is there going to be any testing afterwards? What's the procedure with that to verify if he was under something?
So the question will there be any follow-up testing? The answer is no. He has a right to refuse that test. There is a Florida statute which he will be charged with for refusing to take that test, but we will never get definitive results as to what he was impaired on at the time of the crash.
Is that also a felony? Refusing to take the test?
The question is it a felony? The answer is no. Both charges are misdemeanor charges.
Is he being given preferential treatment in the jail because of who he is?
The question is he getting preferential treatment in the jail because of who he is? Let me go back to the simplicity of this. We're the sheriff's office. We know we arrested a high-profile figure. I'm not trying to dramatize, but it doesn't matter who you are. If you break the law, we're going to follow the law. That's a really easy path to take. Now, as far as being in the jail, we're going to make sure he's safe. We're not going to put him in general population. He's not going to be with other inmates that could hurt him or try to capitalize on what he did. He'll pay the price, but he's not going to pay the price by getting punished in jail.
Was there any drugs or medication or alcohol found in the car?
The question is, was there any drugs or medication in the car? The answer is no, there was not.
Was he injured?
The question is, was he injured? And the answer is no, he was not injured. Again, he was lethargic on scene, but that, we believe, was because of what he was intoxicated on.
Was anyone else in the car with him?
The question is, anyone else in the car? The answer is no, he was alone in the car.
And was he wearing a seatbelt?
The question is, was he wearing a seatbelt? And the answer is, I don't know. I'm not sure. We know he crawled out of the passenger door prior to law enforcement arriving. We can determine that based on looking at the car. I just don't know the answer.
Anyone else injured in the area because of the crash or the rollover?
The question is, anyone else injured because of the rollover crash? And the answer is thankfully no.
They said
this
no.
is a small 2-lane road. Again, I'm going to show you the photos. Had there been somebody moving in the opposite direction.
Okay, where are the photos? I want to see these photos. Jesus. This dude is crazy. So he was trying to speed around the guy. Didn't he run into a tree too? God, he crashes more cars. Than anybody. So this is what, his third accident now? So one was he was fighting with his wife, the golf club incident, right? I remember that. And then he crashed another car into a ravine. And then this one. Oh man. I forgot about when he ran into the tree. But to be fair, somebody was chasing him with his own golf club. The Tiger Woods series. It was a 5-iron, I think, or maybe a wood. I don't know. Like I said, to be fair, he was being chased with a golf club. Got to take that into consideration. He looks, yeah, I mean, he's just, it's. Imagine, like, think of the irony there that you're a golf star, like you're a golf superstar, and you get chased by one of your own golf clubs and then crash your car into a tree because you're trying to avoid the one thing that has made your life spectacular. It's just interesting. Hold on here.
Mad screws.
Hey, please.
What the hell is that? Hold on. Listen to this. Listen.
Hey, it's Tiger.
That's my favorite.
Hey, it's Tiger.
Hey, it's Tiger. That was the best. Hey, it's Tiger.
I need you to do me.
Who else would it be? You called from that number.
Hey, it's Tiger. I need you to do me a huge favor. Can you please take your name off your phone? My wife went through my phone and maybe calling you. So she can, please take your name off that and what do you call it? Just have it as a number on the voicemail. Just have it as your telephone number. That's it. Okay, you gotta do this for me. Huge. Quickly. All right, bye.
Hey, it's Tiger.
Hey, it's Tiger.
So it's just like you can't even deny that it's him either.
I need you to do me a huge favor.
Hey, it's Leopard. I'm going to need you to do me a favor. Hey, it's Falcon. Yo, it's Rooster. Hey. That's the best.
Hey, it's Tiger.
I love that. Every time. Does he have a new girlfriend? Hey, it's Tiger. That was when he crashed. That was when he crashed his car, I believe. Speaking of Lightning Tiger, is Ernie still in jail? God, I would hope so.
What is it, Lab After Dark or whatever? I don't know. He changed his name a few different times.
He is dating Don Trump Jr.'s ex-wife. Wow. Oh, yeah, I think I did know that. I think I did know that. Jeez. How weird. Good old Tiger. Back in the news, crashing cars and shit. Unbelievable. Not to be confused with Tony the Tiger, because he's great. I don't know, man. Any chance you would put money in his account for honey buns or ramen? I don't endorse either one of those things. Honey buns or ramen. They're both awful. Ramen is awful. Honey buns are awful. Terrible. The last time I ate a honey bun was like 4.5 years ago. And it was one of the worst experiences of my life. Seriously. Just a complete, like, you think that the Strait of Hormuz is blocked. It's not. That thing was, oh my God. Unbelievable. I don't remember how much I ate it. I don't remember. I don't remember how much of it I got down. It was more than enough. I know that. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate it. No, I haven't told anybody yet. We've been discussing very pertinent information, Dr. Gary. Very, very pertinent information. Please hit that like button. Do you have a secret? No, I don't think so. Oh, well, Wednesday, we have a show Wednesday. I was going to set it up tomorrow, but we have a show Wednesday. that will be very interesting. And I'm excited about it. Let me see. We're having an author on by the name of Diane. I don't remember I don't remember her last name, but she wrote a book about Tommy Lynn Sells. If you don't know who Tommy Lynn Sells is probably one of the worst humans to ever. Yeah, Diane Fanning. Yeah, one of the worst humans ever. To walk the face of the earth, in my personal opinion. I've always been fascinated by Tommy. And so Diane Fanning wrote a book about him, but she's just going to be on the show. We're going to talk about her book. We're going to talk about Tommy Lynn Sells. John Lamb will be on. Dr. Gary will be on. Bang, bam, boom, brrr, ready to roll. So I'm excited to meet her and talk to her about Tommy Lynn Sells. So that'll be Wednesday. What do you mean, wow? You guys know who Diane Fanning is? I didn't know who she was. Well, I did actually because I knew her book. But yeah, she's her book is pretty. Do you guys know who Tommy Lynn Sells is? Yeah, I'll show you a little Tommy. He's a real treat. He's dead now. Thank God. Thank God. He was put to death by, I believe, the state of Texas. Yeah, I'll show you a little bit of this.
And cut that particularly soft. Those of you with headphones are lucky. You can put it on. You can listen to this interview. Would you play the interview now, please?
What do you think they need to know? And that includes about everything. I mean, my God, I had Lurch. Remember Lurch?
I know Lurch.
Yeah, I did that interview with Lurch, and he said, you ain't going to run this because I got bad things to say about the prison show. I got bad things to say about Execution Watch. We ran every word of it.
Actually, this one's too nice. Hold on.
We take you
to check this guy out. Check this out. This is who we're going to be discussing.
They were all innocent children. A son, a brother, lives with limitless possibilities ahead of them. But what these boys would grow up to become, brutal killers. Could their brains have provided a roadmap to the sickness that would consume them?
Every mean, vicious psychopath, once upon a time, was an innocent young baby. For some people, The die are cast early.
Throw, where I sat down with a 45-year-old man who could arguably have one of the baddest brains in America.
The first time I did a shot of dope, it was the best feeling I ever had in my life. And the first time I killed somebody, it was such a rush. And it was just like that shot of dope. Every time I did it, it was that rush again. And I started chasing that high.
Tommy Lynn Sells was once a little boy growing up in St. Louis, but around the age of 14, he says he became addicted to killing.
How many people have you killed?
Lord, I don't know. I don't know.
10?
Yeah.
20?
Probably.
30?
It's up there.
50?
But see, I'm not Billy the Kid making notches on my holster, so I know it's been a lot.
Psychopaths are individuals who lack conscience, they lack remorse, they lack guilt. That's one of the reasons why they terrorize society so much.
Sells is on death row for one murder, but he's linked to at least 17 more. The drifter's vagrant lifestyle helped him elude police for nearly 15 years, as victims turned up from coast to coast.
I am hatred. When you look at me, you look at hate.
When I look at you, I look at hate?
When you look at me, you know what hate is. 'Cause I don't know what love is. Two words I don't like to use is love and sorry, because I'm about hate.
His methods for killing were as random as the people he targeted. He raped many before cutting their throats or beating them, stabbing others and strangling some.
Vicious cycle.
I couldn't help but be grateful for the glass between us.
I don't have no feelings no more. No emotion, no.
They showed much poorer.
Dr. Adrian Rain has studied the brains of people scientifically determined to be psychopaths.
One of the key differences that we find in the brains of psychopaths is that there's a structural impairment to part of the brain called the amygdala. This is a part of the brain very much involved in the generation of emotion. It was structurally deformed in the psychopaths.
I like to watch the eyes fade, the pupil fade.
What do you like about that?
It's just like setting their soul free.
They just don't have those normal feelings of revulsion and disgust.
They are the last images of the Dardeen family.
One sadistic crime Sells confessed to shows the callous, unemotional disregard for human life typical of psychopaths. A 30-year-old mother, 7.5 months pregnant at home with her 3-year-old son, both bludgeoned to death.
What are you thinking and feeling when you kill someone?
It's just like that drug. I'm after that drug again. I don't have an on and off switch. I'm just after that drug. I'm after that feeling.
During the beating, Eileen Dardeen went into spontaneous labour, giving birth to a daughter who investigators believed to be alive at the time. The new baby was also beaten to death, and the body of Dardeen's husband turned up a day later, shot 3 times in the head.
I wonder if you could just tell me what happened as you were killing her. Did she give birth to a baby?
You know, you're pushing your luck.
I'm sorry.
See, this is where, and I've seen this with other serial killers, but he doesn't want to talk about what he did to an innocent little child, to a baby. He'll talk about adults and teenagers and stuff like that, but he tells him right here, like, you're pushing your luck. But if anybody's pushing any luck, it's him. I'm so glad he's dead.
Let's not get into blood and guts, because that's what you're trying to get into.
Well, what else are you known for, Tom?
Sells blames much of his murderous.
Like, look at those eyes there. There's nothing there.
rage on sexual abuse he says he suffered as a child.
Boo-hoo.
You also killed children.
Some get killed, yes.
Now, why would that happen?
I didn't want them to live through the pain I lived through.
It's biology plus environment. It's biology coming together with environmental insults which raise the odds of an individual becoming a violent criminal offender.
I tried to get in this door right here.
2 days after his final murder, Tommy Lynn Sells walks police through the crime scene.
And I opened the window all the way up, well, about like this, and I climbed in.
We kind of stayed up a little later, and we got in a little fight about where we were all going to sleep. We laid there and talked a bit. We talked about, at the time, like Britney Spears and NSYNC.
Crystal Searles, 10 years old at the time, was sleeping.
Yeah, Donna. He wants his narrative. It's all blood and guts. I mean, that's all he's known for.
Over.
What else is he known for? Nothing.
At her friend Katie Harris's. A decade later, that night is still fresh in her memory.
I woke up startled a little bit and out of nowhere, and I was kind of confused.
I love this young lady. I love her grit and her determination and her fearlessness.
To a loud noise.
God, I mean, he's just disgusting. Look at him.
I woke this girl up.
Her friend Katie was asleep on the bottom bunk.
I cut her bra.
I kind of just like leaned my head up a little bit, and I could see that there was this scary older man that I'd never seen before.
And I stabbed her here, and then she like jumped back, and then I cut her like this right here.
And he had a hand on her mouth and the knife on her neck, and she's looking at me, and he just cut her throat, and she fell to the ground.
She fell down right here.
I heard Katie at the bottom of the bed, on the floor, at the bottom of the bunk bed. She was like gasping for air and choking, like she couldn't breathe.
13-year-old Katie Harris lay dying on the floor.
He was about to shut off the light, and he looked one last time. Then he noticed that I was there, and he didn't hesitate at all. I mean, just shut the door, came right back towards me with the knife.
And I walked over here, and I went like this.
The only thing that he said is, move your hands, because I had him up
Sorry, I didn't know that they showed that photo. I wouldn't have showed that. I'm sorry.
here, and he reached over the top bunk and cut my neck.
Sells sliced Crystal's neck, severing her windpipe and grazing her carotid artery.
I am very sure he thought he killed me.
Crystal Searles identified Tommy Lynn Sells as her assailant.
Yeah, I believe she testified. Did she testify against him?
And her friend's killer, putting an end to his homicidal spree.
Yeah, she's the one that identified him and stopped him.
Do you remember the little girl who survived?
Yes. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about her.
What did you do to her, sir?
Her neck was cut.
How did you do that?
With a knife.
Do you have anything to say to her, the little girl who survived?
I guess you'll relay this message too.
It's very difficult to control a psychopath. They're the person in control. And in fact, in an interview, psychopaths tend to take control of the interviewing.
What's your name?
Martin.
Martin?
Yes. Can I call
you? It's almost over anyway.
You Tommy?
Oh, without a doubt. I don't think she really wants to hear what I got to say.
What did you see in his eyes?
To be honest, he seemed blank. I mean, there was no emotion. It wasn't hard for him. All he would say is, move your hands. You know, it was just, I mean, after what I'd seen him do, he had no emotion in his eyes.
That emptiness evident as we spoke.
So what if I called you something that you didn't like, and you'd think about killing me?
Well, if we was in a fight and you know, get your head down in the concrete, then, you know, so be it. But
What happens when my head goes down to the...
She put him in prison. Luckily, I think this was the state of Texas this happened in, too. Luckily, that's where guys like him, you know, you can say whatever you want about the death penalty. I know there are people like, well, the death penalty is so cruel. Well, it's made for people just like him.
Concrete.
Well, what do you think happened? It cracks like a coconut.
And then what happens?
You die.
Yeah, so anyway, that'll be he won't be the only topic of conversation. We'll talk. Oh no, he's dead. I mean, he was kicked off of Earth. Kicked off of Earth. He was still allowed to live longer than he. There's no question about that. His name is Tommy Lynn Sells. Tommy Lynn Sells. One of the worst humans ever. I mean, he's evil personified. And we'll have Diane on to talk about Tommy. Yes, she did. They have similarities, Brandy. They sure do. Let me see. Tommy Lynn Sells. God, what a sicko, huh? Yeah, she's unbelievable. I mean, from everything that she'd been through, she's a special young lady for doing what she did. Josh, he blamed the city once for growing hedges too large when he assaulted. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Everything is everybody else's fault. He's like the worst person ever. It's funny too, because there's this show called Execution Watch, and this was on the day. So these people, they're like super anti-death penalty, and I think they're kind of friendly with. They were kind of friendly with Tommy.
Tommy Sells is a prisoner in Texas. If the state has its way, he'll be dead within the hour. This is Execution Watch.
So they basically what they do is they put up this they do this radio show where like they lead up to the execution and all that stuff. And these people actually
Huntsville, Texas, death penalty capital of the.
These people actually
somebody's working on
advocate for him.
The technology out there, and we may have the interview, but at present we do not. The interview with Tommy Sells will be played on Houston Media Source at a time announced. Now, this is how you stay in touch with what we are doing. Dave Atwood, who
Harris family in Del Rio, and in the home was a 13-year-old girl by the name of Kaylin. And he sexually assaulted her. Then when he finished sexually assaulting her, he cut his throat and stabbed her something like 16 times. And there's a 10-year-old girl spending the night with her at the home that night, and he did not sexually assault her, but
about Willingham.
Because women and children.
Tommy, and put it on.
I had Lurch. Remember Lurch?
I know Lurch.
Yeah, I did that interview with Lurch, and he said, you ain't going to run this because I got bad things to say about the prison show. I got bad things to say about Execution Watch. We ran every word of it.
Well, first of all, Ray, I want to make sure me and you straight.
Yeah.
You ain't going to do this until after they kill me, right?
No, I'm going to do it while they're killing you.
While they're killing me.
Yeah,
well, that's cool. That's cool.
Okay. Tommy, I don't want to broadcast this show.
I understand that.
I hope you get a stay, and I hope something happens and your case just like vanishes.
Yes.
And I don't ever have to do it. I'm only going to use it if I do a show and I'm going to broadcast your voice while you're literally
strapped to the table.
You're going to be more than strapped to the table by the time your interview starts.
Right.
Okay? In the meantime, if anybody wants to get their hand on this thing, they're going to have to kill me.
Bro, it's crazy because when, like the other day at the parole hearing for my dad, the people that, the commissioners that were in charge of the parole hearing were some of the most sympathetic people that I had ever seen towards a criminal. I'd never seen anything quite like it. I'd heard of it. I'd seen, but witnessing it was something I just never thought. I never thought that I would see that. And I mean, it was unbelievable. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you what this commissioner said. I'm going to say it the best way I can. She said at the very end, because I gave a speech. Well, not a speech, but I talked and then I read something, and I spent some time doing it. But this is one of the most unbelievable things here. It's actually still annoying. It's still bothering me. But it's just it's unfathomable. I mean, I just can't even believe it. She said that she says to my dad, or Mr. Diaz, as she called him at the end of the hearing. She says, "Good luck to you, Mr. Diaz. I cannot imagine what it must feel like to have your youngest child tell you that the best way that you could make amends is to die in prison." And I said, and I wasn't supposed to say anything, but I said, "Hey, lady, do you want me to take him to get ice cream and go catch a musical?" And then they muted my microphone. They muted my microphone because I was going to keep going. I could not believe it. I couldn't believe she said that to me. Unbelievable. I mean, what a fucking loser. Yeah, but I said, "Hey, lady, what do you want me to do?" And then I was going to, and luckily they muted my microphone, because then I was about to say, "Well, maybe you'd feel different if he killed your mom. And I tried to say it, but then they muted my microphone. So, I was like, you fucking. That was I was honestly, I was like, I've never, ever called a woman a bitch to her face. And I think that if my microphone probably would have stayed on, that I would have, because I couldn't come up with any other words, to be honest with you. I wanted to say it so bad. I wanted to. Yeah, she heard me. Yeah. Yeah, she heard me. She heard me when I said, "Hey, lady, what do you want me to do? Take him to get ice cream and go catch a musical." And then I was leading in to say, "How would you feel if?" And then that's when they muted me. So, but I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I would have ended up saying, "Hey, how would you feel how would you feel if he had killed your mom?" And then I was gonna say, "You dumb." And I'm sure that's where it was headed. I'm positive of it, because I was like, I'm not going to, I'm not just going to sit here and let you say that. You know, and they have like really strict rules. Like, you're not supposed to. I said, well, I don't give a fuck. Everybody started laughing too. Like, my family, like, they were pissed, but then they started laughing because I was like, I don't care. I'm not going to just let you say something like that to me. It's just not going to happen. You know? Oh, and then I said too, because then they said, well, this isn't minimizing the crime. And I said, that's exactly what it's doing. And then they muted me again. So I got muted twice. And then, but I wasn't kicked out, luckily. Yeah, Mr. Deal, I can't imagine what it must feel like. Well, fuck it. I'll say it to her too. I don't remember what her name was. But they were, it was a guy and a man and a woman, and they were both just absolute pussies. Both of them, just like I'm telling you, these are the kind of people that let pedos out of jail, at prison early. They think that people can be reformed. Did that piss off Grandma when she said that? No, not really. Because I was very snarky in return. Like, I didn't say it nicely. It wasn't. It was very loud and sarcastic. And I think that she got quiet too. She didn't say anything to me after that. You know, it's like she got quiet. So it was kind of funny, to be honest. But yeah, I'd never ran into a parole board that was that sympathetic. Never. And this was my 7th parole board, but I'd also this is the 7th parole hearing, but we'd also had like meetings with other commissioners and stuff like that before. So, but most of them, but all of them are retired. Like, all the good ones are retired now, you know? But I mean, I was kind of, as soon as she said, I was like, all right, well, I'm not being quiet. That's just not going to happen. You know, you must not know me. She think I'm just going to let somebody say that, and not even say it to me, but indirectly say it. So I was like, well, fuck that. I don't think so. I don't even care. Like they could get me in trouble, hold me in contempt or whatever. I didn't give one shit because I was gonna keep going and going until they stopped me. It just was not. I had like a million things to like that I was just gonna keep saying, and then so they had to stop me. I was fine with it too. I was like, dude, we keep going. We could keep going and going and going. But like when they said, this isn't to minimize, and I said, well, that's exactly what it's doing. And then I got muted again. Well, this was after I had already given my victim impact statement. So I had said quite a bit, and none of it was like horribly bad. I mean, none of it was bad. It was actually really fair, I thought. And yeah. Well, I wanted to flip her off, but I did. I wanted to say a bunch more stuff to her, but to me, and this is sort of what I was just thinking, that said a lot more about her as a person than it does about me, and that she's in the wrong job. And I will be referencing it, because there's a few appeals left. There's a few appeals left, so I am going to reference like how horrible, like that they need to read the transcripts of this, because they basically had their mind made up from the time that we started, and that became apparent very quick, like extremely fast. So, I recognized it pretty early on. And I remember telling my sister, I don't like her. And she's like, I don't either. And I didn't really like the other guy either, but, he didn't say anything like that. But he was a wuss too. He was a big wussy too. Both of them, a couple chicken shits. Oh, well, trust me. Like I said, I wasn't going to sit. There was no chance that I was going to sit there and listen to her say that. It just wasn't going to happen ever. Oh, they were. Yeah, I was going to. It was coming. You know what? I can't take anybody besides. It's just got to be like if I have like legal counsel, but other than that. What do they even base him to release him from prison on a life sentence? I think it's like they stated. So he was 25 to life. He served 37, and then because of his advanced age, which he's only 65, he's not that old. Also his like physical condition. So like he's like a kind of a gimp who walks with a cane. He's kind of gimpy. No, it's not long enough. And I think the late, like, because they want to. Now, he broke his leg years ago playing softball. Whatever that. I mean, honestly, playing softball in prison, broke his leg. Boo-hoo. And I guess he like broke it in like 2 different places. And he's never been able to walk the same. But so that he's whatever. He's a pathetic. So what could he possibly offer society? You know what? That's going to be on them. You know, I'm not scared of him. He's not going to do anything. I'm not a little kid anymore. And I'm not scared of him at all. Not even a little. There's nothing to be scared of. Nothing. If anything, he should be scared of me, probably, to be honest with you. Not that I'm not going to do anything, but, I would. I'm a nice person as long as I need to be. And then when I'm not, then then I'm not. That's it. My sister is okay, but I gotta tell you, no, I don't think he will. No, I don't think he'll try and contact. He can't. Legally he can't. He'll go to prison. He'll go back to prison. He's not allowed to talk to us. He's not allowed to have any contact with us at all. And I even told him, I said, look, I will have his ass violated in a second if he fucks up. Excuse my language, but that's what I said. Yeah, it's almost like I said, I told somebody this earlier that when I was a little kid, I was thrown to the wolves, metaphorically, but now I'm just now I'm the leader of the pack. Everybody looks for me. Everybody looks at me. Everybody looks to me. Now I'm the one that's I'm in charge, not him. He has no motion. He has no juice. I got it all. I got friends. I got family. I got everything. I have everything. I have all the advantages in the world. He has nothing. Nothing. At all. So he just stay out of my way. That's it. That's all there is to it. Stay out of my way, and I won't have to worry about him anymore. And he could live his pathetic, miserable, whatever is left of his life away from me and my family. And that's it. I've made peace with that. I certainly have. I will not allow somebody to have that kind of power over my life anymore. It's just, I'm done with it. I got to be honest with you. I am done with it. And it is not worth my time and energy. I fought and I'll still fight But if it can be taken from me, I'm okay to lay it down. And I will. And I have. And I'm fine with it. I've made peace. But he's not going to affect my life anymore. I'm not every 3 years, I am no longer going to have to think about this and relive every single moment on the day of the parole hearing. I have to hear it every time. And I don't want to. I don't need to anymore. Now, would I? I would. I would do it 100 more times. But if somebody is going to take it from me and say, you don't have to anymore, then I won't. I'm okay with that. And I'm okay. Moving on, because I think that this, look, I was apologizing to my own family because I was like, I tried so hard. I tried so hard. Even this last time, I fought as hard as I could. I fought and I fought and I fought. And it just didn't work out. And I was apologizing to my aunts. And I'm sitting there thinking, why am I responsible for this anymore? Why am I apologizing? What did I do? I was a little kid. I didn't do anything wrong. But I still feel responsible. Why am I apologizing for the shit that he did? And later on that day, that's all I kept thinking about. I kept thinking about it. I said, you didn't, when I apologized, when I told my aunts, I'm sorry. And they said, what are you sorry for? And I said, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to keep him in there longer. And they said, you did everything that you could do, but you didn't do anything wrong. And I felt like I had failed, to be honest with you. I felt like I let everybody down. When in fact, it wasn't me. I wasn't the one that let anybody down. It was him. He did this, not me. He created this, not me. It was his own selfishness that did this. But I was fine to fight for it. I was fine. I was happy to fight for it. To do what I could. And like I said, I would keep doing it. If necessary, I would do it the rest of my life. But when it's taken from me, when it's out of my hands, when there's nothing more that I could do, I have to say, I'm done. And I'm okay. I am okay. I fought as hard as I possibly could. I got to be honest with you. And it was exhausting. It was exhausting. I was so tired. Just like physically. not only physically but mentally, but both. I mean, by the end, that 4 hours felt like an eternity, and it felt like it took an eternity to get there. It felt like a really, really long time to get back to that day. It just kept dragging and dragging and dragging on. And then finally, when we got there that day, it felt like the minutes were hours. And like it was almost never going to end. It was from one portion to the next, and it was just grinding and grinding. And, you know, my pulse was up, and, you know, my aunt Lori, who was just an absolute mess. You know, I was kneeling beside her and just telling her, you know, it was going to be okay. Everything's okay. I'm right here. We're here. You know, all of that. And, but it was heartbreaking to have to witness her go through what she was going through. And she was going through a lot. Also my Aunt Rainey went through a lot that day. And when they announced that they were going to grant that they were going to find him under, this is what they said, under the law suitable for parole eligibility. Like I said, it's still under review and all that stuff, but it's sort of the start. My sister said audibly, I'm going to have a panic attack. And she did. And they were falling apart all around me. Everybody fell apart. That was the hardest part of it. That was the hardest part of it. Watching them all fall apart. And they all did. Rightfully so. You know, they had every right to. They had every right to. But I was there to help them through it. At least I think I was. And I stayed strong, and I didn't, it was as strong as I could. I was sort of stoic and sort of in disbelief. But I had also prepared mentally for that point, for that to happen. I was prepared. I really, really was. And that's why I've been doing what I've been doing, taking care of myself physically, but not just that, mentally as well. I've been doing therapy. I've been reading. I have been meditating. I've been exercising, eating well, all to be able to try to keep it together. Keep it all together. And sort of take the lead and be the one, you know, to be able to sort of comfort, you know, everybody. Because I think that we needed it, you know. I got to tell you, though, my grandmother was very strong, very strong. Very, very strong. She did fine. She's she spoke. Yeah, he did speak. Yeah, but I was ready. I was ready for whatever. I had prepared both ways, I sort of expected that reaction from them. I mean, I was prepared for almost everything. I really was. I spent a lot of time preparing for this, thinking of every possible outcome, thinking of what to say to everybody if it went down that way. Did he? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that was another thing that I said. I said, you know, I feel like this is another selfish thing in a long line of selfish things that he's wanted to do his whole life. Like, it's just selfish. I think it's selfish for him to want to get out of prison. He should serve his life sentence, the one they gave him, instead of seeking parole. But you know, that's the kind of selfish bullshit that we deal with. Well, if I'm telling you, I can understand how you would feel about that. I didn't say that, you know, I didn't say that I have comfort. I'm just not worried. And I'm not worried about him trying to contact me. And I'm not worried about him trying to come around, because it would be one of the biggest, it would be the biggest mistake of his adult or his late life. I could promise.
Ed Mary's Pop 47 donated $20 for Super Chat. Here is a reminder, the world is hard, kid. Please never let the hard stuff affect the softest, most vulnerable parts of you. That's where the good stuff is. I'm proud of you. Love you, kid.
It's very kind, bro. Thank you. Thank you, Mary's Pop. AKA the zombie rib cage. You know, I don't think, like, I don't know. I don't know if you guys quite understand. Maybe some of you do and some of you don't, but what felony parole is like crazy strict. And if he ever even dialed our phone number, he gets violated and put back into prison. So he would go back and no release or anything like that. He can't, like I said, he can't even talk about us publicly or, you know, anything like that. So am I worried about it? No, I'm not worried about it. Not even a little bit, to be honest with you. Not even a little. It is a good thing. I've had conversations with him before. I mean, I've talked to him. In 2016, when my grandma Diaz passed away, his mother, who, by the way, I sat next to while she took her last breath, holding her hand, because her son was such a fuck up that he couldn't be there because he was in prison for murder. And I did that, which he never thanked me for. Shocker. And he had some belongings. And not very many, that I had to get a hold of him to ask him what he wanted me to do with it. And so there was about 3 or 4 phone calls between us, which were fine. I mean, it was fine. There was nothing, it was whatever. I just asked him, and he said, I can't have it. Do whatever you want with it. So I threw it in the dumpster. And it was only like a suitcase and shit. Well, there wasn't very much in there. It was, very little. But I threw him in the I threw it in the dumpster. I wasn't gonna keep it. It's a waste of space. I didn't want it. But my grandmother, who I loved and love very much, and I miss her dearly. I think she was a great lady, and she was a victim too, and she was a victim of domestic violence too. I loved her a lot. She was a good person, and she was good. She was good to me and my sister. Very good to us. And so I miss her. But yeah, like I said, I've talked to him a couple times. Not leisure. Like, hey, Dad, how you doing? I love you. None of that shit. I miss you. Yeah, I didn't say anything like that. It was just, hey, got some of your shit. What do you want me to do with it? Can you have it? No, I'm not allowed to have it. Okay, well, what do you want me to do with it? Well, do whatever you want with it. It's like, all right, thanks. Bye. And then I had to ask, I can't remember, there was something else I had to ask. No, he's never seen my kids, No, there was a big level of separation, to be honest with you, between us and my children, is that I was able to really shield my children. I was able to shield my children from their entire childhood. And now they're 21, 22. And no, they never had to eat. I didn't want them to have any part of it. Now they met our family and my grandmother, but no. But other than that, no, I didn't want them to. They didn't need that burden in their life. He had another daughter. Yes, he did. He had another daughter from a previous relationship, and I've never met her. I've spoken with her. I'm not really, it just never, I don't know. I was open to it, but I think it was more her. She was older than us, and so I don't know. We're friends on Facebook. We've spoken a couple times here and there. She got a hold of me some years back, and she was she's very nice, but that never. You should have to pay your grandma. You know what? That was actually brought up at the hearing, and but my grandma would never. My grandma would never take a dime from him, nor would I, for that matter. I would never, ever take a dime from him. But I know that my grandma certainly wouldn't, and she said that. She said, I don't want anything from him. But they talked about some restitution payments, I guess you could say. It's just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what a fucking crazy. I don't want anything from him. I learned how to do everything in my life without him, so I don't need it. Don't want it. Don't want it. Don't need it. I'd honestly like this. This is how I'm like stubborn I am. I would rather eat out of a garbage can than eat with money. he would give me. I'm not kidding. I would eat out of a garbage can. Swear on my life. I would rather hunt an elk with my bare hands and skin it and cook it than eat with money from him. Never. I survived without him for a long time, for pretty much my whole life, you know. I would eat turkey. I would eat a turkey, absolutely. But now I will tell you this. I don't think I've ever told anybody this before. And some of you probably will think that I'm crazy. His mother, my grandmother, paid his commissary for years. And when she died, I took over that. Not for him, but for her. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just did. I'm not sure. I never understood it. But I just did. Never thought about it or anything. But I know that my grandmother was very hurt by all of this as well. And you know, it was never for him. Never. I didn't even think of him when I did it. It was just something that, it was just an automatic thing, and I just sort of forgot about it, you know. But it wasn't for him. It was for her. It was always for her. She was a good woman. You know. And I don't even know if he knew where it came from. Probably not. I mean, because I never put my name on it or anything. Although some of my family knew that I was doing it, and I don't think that they weren't like very pumped about it, I guess. I could understand, which I did understand, you know. He didn't. I don't think he knew. I don't think he knows it was me. I don't think he knew. I never told him. I never said anything to him about it. I never said anything to him about it. Matter of fact, I forgot about it until just the other day. I had no idea that it was still going on. It was just something that I set up and never thought about. But I don't know. I just, like I said, it was for my grandmother. That's all. That's what it was. That's what it was for. And I think also, in a way, maybe there was some selfishness to it, I guess, because I wanted to kind of be able to be like, you know, this is what people who care about their family can do. This is what people who care about their family do. Not. So I think there was probably some selfishness to that. I don't know. I'm sure there's some psychological fucked up thing. Honestly, I don't know. There's got to be something there. Some weird psychology. I don't know. I never regretted it either. Never regretted it. Still don't. Would do it again. Would keep doing it. Just for my wonderful grandmother, who I know she loved her son, and she should have. It was always for her. It was always for her. It was, to be honest with you, before my grandmother passed away, I had a conversation with her, you know, and she told me that, you know, when I was playing sports and like graduations and stuff like that, and she came to the birthdays, she came to all of my stuff. I mean, always. And she said, you know, that she always felt like people were looking at her funny, which maybe they were, I don't know. And that she wasn't like really vocal at those things, and but she was there. She showed up all the time. And I just always felt bad for her. I really did, man. It was such a, her and my grandmother, my grandma here, they got along so well, loved each other so much, had a lot of respect for each other. A lot of respect for each other. And knew that they had both been through just, you know, a crazy tragedy. But they would embrace, and they loved each other and talked to each other. When my grandma Rosa was dying, I took my grandma over to see her, and she was able to tell her goodbye and that she loved her. And it was amazing. It was an amazing moment. It really, really was. But they had many like that. They had many moments like that. They had a lot. My grandfather, her husband, was also killed in a bar fight. He got hit by a bullet. And so he was dead before, long before I ever came around. Kind of crazy to think about too, huh? So my grandfather was killed, and then my mother. So it's been, so she'd been through a lot too. She'd been through a lot, a ton. And I miss her. I miss her a lot. She was such a good person. Such a good person. Thank you. I appreciate that. I tried. I try. Not easy. Well, Diana, I'm sorry that I truly am. It's a terrible thing. Really admire how you handle life. Well, I haven't always handled it well. I think it's sort of the older that I got, the more I was able to sort of understand and navigate life. I certainly, is my father handsome? I don't know. He's bald, so probably not. I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's short. Everybody remember when that rumor was going around that I was like 5'6"? Like he's pretty short. Short and bald. Just that he was. I have uncles that are tall, and then I use my dad's last name. That was all. That was just what was on my birth certificate. He's a little guy. I'd mog on him. Does anybody know what that means? Mog. Anyway, all right, guys. I'm gonna head out. I appreciate you being here. Let me talk to you. Sorry it wasn't funny. It was I don't know. I wasn't even really expecting to talk about it, but I guess that's kind of how this goes. You know what I mean? Your grandmother bonded together out of love they have for you and your sister. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Started out hilarious. Yeah, it actually did, huh? It's like, I know we started off with the lady eating the carrot carving. funny. I am. Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you. We like vulnerable Josh. Well, that's who I am. I certainly am. And I know, totally fine with it too. It's sort of part of my journey on here, to be honest with you. I mean, I've never had a problem talking about it. Ever. Never. Thank you, Kelsey. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I feel good, man. I got it. Like I'm so like I am so serious. Like it's just weird to me. I don't know. Maybe I should feel. I just don't. I don't know. I'm excited about other stuff. I'm excited about life. You know. I'm excited about other things. I really am. I feel like there's going to be so like opportunity. I don't know. I have no idea. Just am. And I'm cool. It's cool, man. I feel really good. I feel really good. And I'm happy about that. So yeah, we're gonna become a monk, you remember? I mean, I wish I could. I wish I had the discipline to be a monk. I just don't. I don't know. I wish I knew. I don't know. I wish I knew her name. I don't know it. Yeah, she sucked. She sucked, but I got her, though. I got her back. Anyway, guys, all right. I appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow, I guess. Thank you for being here. And Dawn, thank you so much. And let me see. Let me thank you guys. Sorry, here. Hold on. Donna, thank you. And Mary's Pop, I appreciate you. Thank you. And for the kind words, too. And Dawn, very much. Thank you, guys. All right.
Haters are going to hate.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Andrew the Giant.
Lab After Dark.
You're going to have the haters, right?
Starting shortly.
Haters are going to hate.
Lab After Dark is starting soon. After Dark is starting soon.
Right.
Well, you opened that Pandora's door.
I was actually just sitting down to pee, but whatever, you know.
What's the point in causing a rupture?